Hey, racing fans. Hey, what a great song that is. Friday on My Mind, the Easy Beats. I definitely have had Friday on my mind this week. Always looking forward to the weekend. It's Kentucky Derby weekend, so I guess I've also got Saturday on my mind. Saturday afternoon is going to be awesome. But before then, we get to have a blast going through and enjoying the Standardbreds at Woodbine Mohawk Park Friday night. And this program is where we're going to go through what I like and what the program is telling us in some detail. So hang on. We always start by going back and seeing how we've been doing. Well, last Friday night we managed a $55 win. And the following day, Saturday, we came up with a $101 profit. And remember, we measure that profit by taking the top 4 selections, focusing in on just the top three actually, and calculating a $1 exacta box and a $1 try box. We got $12 invested every race. In order to win the try, we need all 3 horses to be in there, so that's not an easy gauge of how we're doing, but it lets us know card versus card how we are doing. Last Saturday, for example, we had 6 exactas out of our top 3 picks and 5 tries, so not bad. Made a little bit of money, and generally the handicapping thinking was on the right track. Having a heck of a time getting a pick 4 and a pick 5, but that's the kind of a bet where you keep swinging. Hopefully you're covering those bets with your other wagers, and then every once in a while you hit hopefully a good one. I'm sure not in this to try to hit a pick 5 that pays $35. So let's see what we got going for today. Remember, in addition to my own selections, I'm taking the time to share what the program is telling us. I'm going to dig in and give you information on front half speed, middle move horses, and adjusted closing quarter horses. Those are 3 really important factors, I believe, that we don't pay enough attention to, and it's right there in the program. And I call that strategy objective handicapping. Remember, for example, with a front half speed horse, that probably means to most of us that these horses will be the ones on the front, and most of the time that's true. But Standardbreds are such an amazing breed that they can actually take that ability, that time that we're calculating, and if they get a little bit of a different trip where maybe they don't start quite as quickly, they still can do that half mile at some point better than the rest. So be aware they can take that front half speed, and we should be aware that maybe we'll see that number a little later in the race. So don't dismiss front half speed horses as just speed. Depending on trip, they can absolutely show up later in the race. And then, of course, we're filtering all of this information through is a really important factor that not everybody, I think, tracks daily as they're doing their handicapping and making their bets, is track bias. Hopefully we got a fair racetrack, and lots of times we do. But other nights, if we're tracking it, we can clearly see that at least for part of the card, it's a front half bias. Or horses coming from absolutely last just seem to be winning over and over and over. So let's track it. Track it by taking your front 4 horses at the quarter pole, writing them on your program, and then at the finish, write the top 4 finishers, put it underneath. You can easily compare how you're doing. And be aware of the track bias to filter all this information I'm giving you as to what is happening right at the time you're about to make that wager. So that's quite a start, quite a long ramble. Sorry about that. Let's get started. It's Friday night, May the 3rd at Woodbine for the Standardbreds front half speed. 2, 6, and 5. There's no middle move horses. I've described what a middle move horse is many times. I'll get to that another program, I suppose. And adjusted closing quarter. I adjust what the program is telling us for closing quarter for how close the horse actually finished in that race. A horse that does a 27-second closing quarter but is 10th and 10 lengths behind is just not as good as a different horse who runs that same last quarter in 27 seconds but is only 2 lengths behind. So I do an adjustment. I've gone through that as well previously. So bottom line is let's keep rolling. Let me start over on that. Front half speed, 2, 6, and 5. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, 7 with 2, 3, 8 tied for second. And I'm assuming you're writing this down. Okay, selections. I'm going to go with the 2 horse, Willie's Home Run. For the win, for second, 7, Sue Ann. For third, 6, Moscone. And for fourth, the 3, PL Rainbow Dash. And as you can see, all of those selections come from either front half or in this case, adjusted closing quarter. Occasionally, I'll let my own subjectivity wander in there. You have to sometimes, but I really want to let the program speak, and I've had success using it to be the foundation of what I bet. Front half speed in the second race, 8, and then a tie between 2 and 6. Again, no middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter in the second race, 2 and 3 are tied, and then 6 is the third pick. Selections, I'm going to go with the 2, Twin B Crunch Time. This is a monstrous overlay, or perhaps he'll just be a horse who doesn't do very well. All I can tell you is I picked him to win, and he was 127 to 1 last race. I like the fact that this horse came home at 26 and 1, and even though it was beaten 7 lengths, again, when you adjust for that, he still got the best closing quarter on the program. Inside post, he's a Captain Crunch. These horses are starting to wake up a little bit. I just think this is not an amazing field of horses. You never know. Twin B Captain Crunch to be in it at a big price, I think. For second, the 6, Axel Bovino. For third, we'll go with the 3, Timel Envoy, and the 8 horse, Brookdale J-Mac for fourth. Race number 3, 7 is the front half speed, and then 3 and 5 tied for second. Middle move, another tie, 3 and 7. And then adjusted closing quarter, it's 2, 1, and 3. So selection-wise, I'm going to go with the 3, Valuable Miss with Sylvain. It's got a nice +6 middle move, and right in there with the best closing quarters in the race. So 3 on top. For second, the 2, Flirty Dancer. Really looked good last year. A couple of good qualifiers already, so looks ready to go. For third, the 7, Lexus Angel. And fourth, the 6, No Need for Alarm. 3, 2, 7, and 6 in the third race. Race number 4, front half speed, 3, and then 2, 9 tied for second. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, 9, 3, and 2. My selection's going to go with the 9, Cheese Party. This one should be paying pretty good as well. And I'm hanging my hat on the fact that it's got pretty good front half speed, and it's the best closing quarter horse in the race. Post probably a detriment, but one of these weeks this horse is just going to roll by them. For second, 2, Pam, and for third, the 3, Val Victorian. Fourth, we'll go with 8, Go Getter Miss Cheddar. So 9, 2, 3, 8 in the fourth. We'll come back and give you a 20-cent pick 4 ticket once we finish the sequence. Race number 5, front half speed, 9, 7, and 6. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, we have a 3-way tie, 4, 8, and 10. Selection-wise, I'm going to go with the 9. Now, again, that's the front half speed in the race. The Barn Dogs Watching. It's one of those typical good horses who are dropping or showing up in a class where they just should do well in. So that's certainly the Barn Dogs Watching. Whether it'll be good to go after a little layoff, that's the question, but the qualifiers seems to say that she's ready. So the Barn Dogs Watching on top. For second, the 4, one of my favorites, Angostura Hanover. For third, 8, Chief's Dream Girl, absolutely back and found her form. And 10, Gia's Surreal for fourth. 9, 4, 8, 10 in the fifth. Race number 6, front half speed, 7, 3, and 1. Middle move horses, we have one. It's the 2, closing quarter, adjusted closing quarter, 4 on top. and then a tie between 2 and 9 for second. Selection-wise, I'm going to go with the 3, and this is a little injection of subjectivity. It's pass line. We're going to give pass line a pass. The fact that even last year, some of his, I don't have a whole bunch of Woodbine form, and I won't use form from all around North America. So his numbers are not getting the full benefit of having 3 or 4 races to go by. Obviously, pass line is the horse to beat here with 682,000 made last year. For second, we'll go with the 7, Lightning Lizzie. She's been lights out this year, that's for sure. 4, Make Out With Me for third, and Wicked Weather, the 2 for fourth here in the 6th race. Race number 7, front half speed, 10, 4, and 1. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, 6, 5, 4. So my selections, I'm going to go with the 4, Lose World. Jody Jameson, again, a great combination of front half speed to be in a good position, and it's one of the best adjusted closing quarter horses in the race. Not the best, but close. So 4 on top. For second, the 6, Century Komodo, and third, the 5, Gravitational. For fourth, number 1, Solid 9, Hanover. So 4, 6, 5, 1 here in the 7th race. So let's circle back and give you a quick 20-cent pick 4. 2, 3, 9 in the first, with 4, 8, 9 in the second, then 3, 7, and finally 4, 5, and 6. So that's a $10.80 investment for 20 cents. And let's move on to the 8th. In the 8th race, front half speed is 7, and then 6, 10 tied for second. Middle move horse is the 6, and adjusted closing quarter, 3, 5, and 8. Selection-wise, I'm going to go with that 5 horse, 25 and 4 down right at the bottom of his program. It's a Love Thing. For second, the 3, Coco Jojo, absolutely shocked us, but man, 25 and 1 coming home. Just given It's a Love Thing the nod. Coco Jojo, an up-and-comer, and absolutely potential to win this one. For third, Sorcha Sealster, another one that's showing great promise and really good so far this year. For fourth, the 7, Odds On Platinum. So that's the 8th. Moving on to the 9th race, front half speed, 1, 5, and 10. Middle move, it's the 2. Adjusted closing quarter, 10, 4, and 1. So selection-wise, I'm going to stick way outside on the 10 hole and stay with Salzbrook Olympia. This was my selection last week, and it just, again, it's one of these ones with the ability to leave, but it's also got a great closing kick. So post could be a detriment, but at the same time, it's going to mean that probably going to pay pretty good. So 10 on top. For second, the 1, Miss Quicksand. I think this is the obvious choice. Been dropping a little bit, and typically they find their spot and start to come around again. So Miss Quicksand with a big shot in here. For third, 4, Fear the Crush. And for fourth, Better Be Donna. 10, 1, 4, 5 here in the 9th. Race number 10. Front half speed, 9, and then a tie between 4 and 5. No middle move horses. Adjusted closing quarter, 8, 3, 9. So my selections, I'm going to go with 8. Give me Carrots K. Last time out, 26 and 4. I adjusted to 27 flat, and that is the best closing quarter in the race. For second, the 3, American Blizz K. Really coming around, and again, a nice closing quarter for this one. For third, the 10, I'm going to put Petro Angel in there. You just can't ignore all the good races. Typically, I don't like shippers from the smaller Ontario tracks, but when they're running really good, you need to at least be aware of them. So 10 for third, and then 9, Talismano for fourth. 8, 3, 10, 9 here in the 10th. Race 11. Front half speed is 5, 6, and 7. Middle move is the 1. Adjusted closing quarter, 8, 9, and 1. So my selections, I'm going to go with the 9, Duchesne. Just got to stick with this guy. He's, again, going down the ladder because he hasn't been winning. Woke up basically at this level last time. Again, the post is not my favorite thing, but certainly capable of winning this one. Doesn't hurt that Louis Philippe's out there. Perhaps we'll see this one just gun to the front and go wire to wire. So 9's the pick for second. I like the one, Little Bearcat, coming around as well, and this one is good when she is good. For third, the 8, Take Your Breath Away, and for fourth, 5, Sweet Loving. 9, 1, 8, 5 here in the 11th. Race number 12, the Super High 5. They're going to get that one going again after giving away the money last week. Front half speed is 2, 4, and 6. Middle move horses, we have the 4 and then the 1. Adjusted closing quarter, 5, and then 2, and a tie for third with 8 and 9. So my selections, going to go with Ethel. I think Ethel's just simply a good racehorse. Showed us in a massive race a couple of starts back, but that's not Ethel. Ethel typically will come from behind, and with the inside posts, I think she'll have decent position and close up to beat these. So Ethel for the win. For second, Ella's Reason, the 5 horse. For third, Iris Sealster, the 4, very steady. Fourth place goes to the 9, Lady Terra. And rounding out that Super High 5, or that Jackpot High 5 actually, is the 8, Cause I'm Special. So 2, 5, 4, 9, 8 in the 12th. I think I'll give you one more, the late pick 4 in this instance, going back to race number 9. Race 9, we'll start off with 20-cent pick 4, 1 and 10, and then 3, 8, 10, 1, 5, 8, 9, and finally 2, 4, and 5 in the last leg. So that's $14.40 for 20 cents. That's the card Friday night at Woodbine. I'll be taking a break and then coming back and giving you Saturday night what I see. Looks like a lot of good horses. A lot of the quality horses have re-arrived. They're back on the track. And it's fun because it makes the handicapping just that much more challenging. But that's what it's all about. And it's always nice to see good standardbreds racing. So that's it. Been a pleasure. I hope you can use some of this information, and I hope you have some success and good luck tonight at Woodbine Mohawk. Bye for now.